New commitment, Vol fans. This is Derrick Baker, class of 2027 quarterback. I've seen him up close and personal. I'm going to give you guys my honest opinion on his play and what I think he could become. Now, this one is kind of like anything other we've seen from Tennessee, right? We know Tennessee was in this race for quite a long time, but Derrick Baker is a very strong and physical quarterback, right? Very athletic build, tough to bring down the open field. We've seen it week one against Buford, right? He was a guy that was putting his body on the line, going toe-to-toe with Georgia commit Tyreek Green, Bryce Perry, right, Texas A&M guy. Like, that's what he does. Now, I would still say, to a degree, he's still very raw, right? There's some things he got to clean up and be better on, the turnovers, stuff like that, not putting his body always on the line, making sure to make the right reads, things like that, right? But the kid can play. The difference is this year he's going to have to show it out a little bit more, right? Obviously, kid's talented. I think he's probably one of the more talented 2027 QBs you can find, but now it's going to have to translate to on the field because he didn't play a lot this year. He ended up breaking his wrist or hurt his wrist really badly in that Buford game, so he ended up missing pretty much the entire season. They had Ben Havali pretty much come in from Milton in order to kind of step up for them. So again, a guy that was heavily recruited. Remember, he came over from Florida last year. I believe it was St. Thomas Aquinas. He ended up coming over. Big prize acquisition last offseason for the Milton Eagles, right? And it was supposed to pan out. Now, look, Milton still did good this year, right? Did they go all the way to the state championship? No. Right, but they did go back to the postseason. They did win the first round, I think, matchup, maybe even second round. But now it's time to take the next step. And the kid has offers from everywhere before he committed, right? Indiana, the Auburns, the Florida State. So if he wasn't that good, he wouldn't have those kind of offers. The key is now just getting the talent or the projection, obviously, to meet the play on the field, right? 3-star prospect, as you've seen from rivals. Now, can he lead Milton to new heights, right? Very talented roster. You look at Keelan Wansley. You look at Christian Pancake Hunter, right? You look at guys like Landon G, Joshua Evans, the receiving core, like they have guys all over the field. Grant Hovland, Aiden Meitzer, right? Jordan Carrasquillo, like they have guys all over the field. Now it's getting the quarterback, to play at a high level and be on the field. So yeah, Vol fans, I would say a pretty solid pickup, man. Definitely for the 2027 class. We know obviously the class is loaded in terms of what you have at the quarterback position, what we talked about on other videos. Ryan Staub, I think maybe one more year. Faison Brandon, very young. George McIntyre hasn't played a lot, very young. And then obviously letting this stud quarterback who's a dual threat and gives you something you never really had or you haven't had as much in the recent little bit. Now, Joey Aguilar can run the football, right? But to this level, this degree of physicality, this is probably unforeseen in Tennessee Vols. Recent history, I think, under Coach Josh Heupel, right? This is very new for them. So, yeah, I would say this one, like, keep an eye on his 2026 campaign, see how he does with the Milton Eagles, how far he can lead them. Pretty interesting schedule. We already broke that down on the channel. We talked about Battle Creek. They're going to play Blessed Trinity this year. They're going to open up, obviously, the season with North Cobb. We talked about several of their matchups that's going to be marquee this year. So, he'll definitely get several big tests. He should be definitely featured on TV a couple times statewide. So, we'll see what obviously happens with that. But Derrick Baker should be that guy for the Milton Eagles this year, man. And he's going to be one if you're a Vol fan and continue to watch moving forward his progression of his career.